When you're scaling a product team, you find that there's an opportunity to build certain things once and use them across many different parts of the organization. And that's the mantra that we had when we built out our platform services team.
Do you hear the same problem from 5 different places, but then you hear 5 different solutions? And does your head explode with that, please, not the 5th version of this? And so you start to say, well, who can tackle this problem once and for all? We can avoid a lot of teams having to do the same thing over and over and over. Because every team's asked to move fast, and so they kind of blink at their view, which is like, how do I just get my thing out the door? And they don't realize that the person sitting right next to them is blinking in their view saying, how do I get my thing out the door? And so that's Platform's job, is to step in and say, both of you need this. I'll take care of it. And then I'll make sure it works for the other 10 teams who are going to follow you. So like my customers are actually the other PMs. So I tackle it the same way those teams do with their customers. I talk to them all and say, what's your problem? How are you trying to solve this? What is it you're trying to get to? And I'll collate those and I'll see, well, 3 teams are actually trying to do the same thing, but all in slightly different ways. Or in some cases, it's just for the same person. So it's like, hang on, both of you are talking to the same customer, but you're acting like they're different people. So I'll get that feedback, I'll start to put together a plan around it, and then I'll go back to them and say, does this actually solve your problem? Because if we do it that way, it actually works for several others too. And if we just stop at this point, but we know that we can go 10, 20, 30, 40 steps forward, it gives Platform a way to make sure we keep doors open in future for any kind of future initiative, any kind of developments. So for example, one of the things we ask for them is like, what's your capacity planning? What's the number? My principle is put 3 zeros off each of your numbers and see if they still make sense. I had a conversation the other day with someone who said we're doing 8 million of something a month. I was like, small number. What's it going to look like when it's 8 million a day? It's because we want to support that. Platform tends to live like a life cycle is like 5 to 8 years for something we build. If it lasts that long, it's probably a pretty good resilient thing. So the roadmap can be very long, but at the same time, very, very focused in the short term on specific customer needs. You have one platform, and on top of that, you build a few products, and on top of that, you run a large amount of experiments. So as a principle, it helps me remind myself that I have a lot of things going on top of whatever we're building. We've got a lot of people who are then depend on us to actually solve those problems. So success for us is always going to be, are you solving a problem, like a big generic problem that can be used in many ways? And how will a customer benefit from these platform features as well over time? It's like really different types of customers. Because if you just become too insular and say my customer is just a PM sitting next to me, then you will lose sight of the actual customer of the business. It's only realizing its full value of the work we're doing when it actually then makes it to a customer. One of the platform team's principles is build enduring platforms in small steps. To remind ourselves, these are big, valuable things, but don't take forever. Keep getting small things out the door.
It's not just your product, it's everybody in the company's product. It's the customer's product. And how do you get that across that everybody has a part to play? That they understand what we're building and they believe in it.